People are fascinated by what we do. We got a touch of gem fever to start off with, and then the whole lifestyle thing just took over. We started 7 or 8 years ago when we first got addicted to gem mining. We try and shift about 20 barrow loads a day in the hope of finding some decent stones.
Yeah, finding shiny stones. We started off travelling around Australia, coming over from New Zealand, decided to get off the hamster wheel and ended up in Sapphire and Rubyvale, did the tourist thing, went back to New Zealand, got our jobs again, then decided we were back on the hamster wheel, there was more to life than what we were doing, and came back. So we decided to buy a couple of claims, and if it didn't work out, well, it wasn't a huge investment, we could sell them and go and do something else, and if we loved it, well, it was a good investment. So 7, 8 years later, we're still here.
You've clearly got to be a little bit mad. We are roughly 30 feet in the shallow end and 40 feet up the top end.
And it is your own safety, so you do want to be cautious. We can only use jackhammers underground, you're not allowed to use machinery. That's one of the main differentiators between the big open cut miners and our small claim mining underground. We can't use machinery, but we can use jackhammers. So it's jackhammer the dirt off the wall, break it up. So it's, for us, we like to break it up to about this size so it goes through the plant better. Break it up, shovel it into a wheelbarrow and send it upstairs and process it up there.
The trommel, we run 4mm mesh on it. It sorts the fines, it pulls the fines out of it first, the lighter sand, the stuff that we're not going to process. It breaks up any of the larger clods that we've got kicking around. The rocks go out the end, the bigger rocks, which we do check just in case there might be the biggest sapphire we've ever seen in there.
Yeah. As the trommel goes round, it breaks it all up.
Yeah, and then it goes, the leftover bits go into the pulsator, it gets washed, and we end up with half a bucket full of gravel to go through at the end of the day, and hopefully we've got something in there. Being
out here, we're off the grid. The world really stops, and it's like 100 years ago. It's the sense of community. There's a strong sense of community in our area here, and everything's so simple. We're happy to have the basic of needs in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, solar power, a couple of batteries. As long as we've got hot water for a shower, food in the cupboard, it's about all we need.
So the mine here is the largest underground walk-in sapphire mine in Australia. We go down 48 stairs along 440 metres of tunnels and back up those 48 stairs. In here we have a couple of the original tummy tunnels from this area from 1906 and the 1930s, which is quite interesting to see the way that they mined back then. Welcome to that cave. They're known as vent wind bats. Microbats is their common name. We have a few colonies of them down here, so it's always interesting to see them and see people's reactions. A lot of them are very interested in the way the mining was done back then as opposed to now. Some of them have no idea what they're even coming down to see, so you know, it's good to see that they're shocked at the way we live out here and the way we work. There's a sapphire there, because like coming from the city, it's totally different lifestyle.